All right, what is going on? Week 7 of Sunday football is basically complete minus Dallas and Philly, which is going on right now. But that'll probably come on. We'll probably do that tomorrow, and then if the Jets do win, we're gonna make a whole. I'm gonna make a whole separate video. I don't know if you want to join me on that, but I'm gonna make a whole separate video just for that one on Tuesday if the Jets win. So I cannot wait for that game, honestly. I feel like the Jets are going to do better than what most people think.
Yeah, and they're kind of like the underdogs
They are.
in that one. I think they'll surprise them.
Yeah. All right, let's go start back with Patrick Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick-less Mahomes. Taking on Denver. Denver just, they look trash. They deserve whatever they are, 1-5 or whatever, 2-5. They deserve that. Honestly, they're trash. I mean, I've been saying they're better than what they are, but they're actually, they're looking trash. Every week. Joe Flacco sucks. That offense has nothing going. Who was let me find his name.
Moore?
No, not Moore. Sutton. Sutton had a game. And I feel bad for Sutton because he should get traded somewhere else. 6 carries for 87 yards, or 6 receptions. And he averaged 14.5 yards. And I think, what was it, his first catch was in between. Joe Flacco threw one pretty good ball, and it was pinpoint in between 2 defenders, right where Sutton could catch it. And it was a pretty good pass. Did you see that? It was all over Twitter Thursday.
I'd have to look at it again.
I probably retweeted it. But he was having a game. But Joe Flacco, I think he got sacked 5 times or something. One of them was a fumble that caused into 6 points for the Chiefs.
He got sacked 6 times. 8, 9.
Oh my
9
God!
Times.
9 times in 4 quarters.
Jesus.
That's terrible. His O-line, just give him a new O-line. Just fire all those people. Put in the backups.
Well, and he's clearly not the answer in Denver.
He's not. Peyton Manning had, 1 or 2 good years, and then he was retired. So, good on him. He knew he had to get out of Denver as fast as possible.
Well, there's probably other reasons, too. He probably wanted to beat Cam Newton.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else.
Scary injury for Mahomes.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that Mahomes injury.
He's
Actually,
gonna be out a maximum of 6 weeks.
Yeah, actually, I think I want to make that its own video. To be honest, I don't know if you want to do that with me, but I've been thinking about it since Thursday. I think I'm gonna make just the Mahomes video just by itself. That'll probably end up going up. I don't know, probably Monday or Tuesday. We'll see, but I want to just keep that because I got a lot to say for that one. And so if you want to do that one with me, I don't care.
All right.
And then we'll move right into Packers Raiders. Aaron Rodgers had a day. 4 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. Over 300 yards.
429.
429. I'm sorry, 5 touchdowns. I forgot. I left towards the end of the 4th quarter. He must have scored another one. 25 of 31. That's pretty. His passer rating is probably gonna be up there.
Yeah, probably over 100 something.
Yeah. Aaron
Freaking
Jones.
Scout Valdez Scantling had a
Oh.
huge game.
Yeah, I think only 2 receptions though. two receptions for 133 yards. Like, oh my god. Jimmy Graham. I give him so much crap, but he could
Yeah.
catch. He could catch today. 4 for 65 yards, and a touchdown. Jake Kumaro. I mean, Aaron
Yes.
Rodgers has been big on him. And, he's from Wisconsin, so, repping. Two receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown, which he was millimeters from stepping out of bounds. I mean, that was probably, 10 minutes they were spending on that replay? Like, that felt like forever.
Yeah. It was like millimeters.
Yeah, he was millimeters from stepping out. And, that's when you just got to call it a touchdown because that is way too hard to say, oh, he's out, but it's just like a tiny bit. It's like dissecting the littlest things. Our fullback, oh my God, I was impressed with him. Vitale, 43 yards on 2 receptions. That was good. Lazard, didn't he have a drop? I think Lazard had a drop at the
the wide open one, and then the receiver, or not the receiver, one of the Oakland Raiders guys ran by him, then he dropped it or whatever.
Aaron Jones had a good running day, 12 carries for 50 yards, and then he had 33 passing yards on 4 receptions, and he had the first touchdown by Rodgers, which was just a dime. Rodgers just threw a dime today. Jamal Williams had a passing touchdown. He didn't run a lot. Rodgers had 6 yards rushing. Williams had 5 yards. I guess when they put in their backups, Tim Boyle lost 3 yards.
Probably kneeled.
Oh, yeah, kneeling. My bad. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah.
King had an interception.
Yes, he did. Amos was looking pretty good today. Redmond was getting up there. He was everywhere. I honestly, Blake Martinez is underrated too. Blake Martinez is way underrated.
He's good.
He is good. He was everywhere on the field making tackles. No one talks about him, but he's really good. The Smiths got held. No sacks on Derek Carr today. Yeah, no sacks.
Yeah, and then they put their backup in.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Shepard had 4 kick returns for 60 yards. Mason Crosby just had no field goals. He just had extra points. J.K. Scott, the GOAT, had 3 kicks for 166 yards. What a man.
Jeez.
He got inside the 21 time, which I think was his second kick. And then if we move over to Raiders, I don't know. I should just dissect the video. That'd be too many videos though. Just doing game by game. Who's it? Glennon. What's his? Oh, Mike Glennon. Okay, he had a touchdown.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs had a really good game.
Oh my God, yeah, 21 carries for 124 yards. He had that one breakout play, the second play of the game, and then he goes into the locker room in the second quarter he comes back out or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
he had an aggravated shoulder injury or something like that.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Derek Carr fumble. He's just got so unlucky. fumbling. Blake Martinez hit him, and it was ruled a touchback, which is the opposite team's ball if it does that. And he got so unlucky. He was inches from the goal line. Didn't even make it to the goal line. Didn't have the ball across the goal line. So he would have been short either way. But yeah, he just he
got robbed.
Yeah. He had a pretty good throwing day though, 293 yards. So, let's move on to Rams and Falcons. I don't even want to really talk about this. I mean, Jared Goff, but even they put in their backup too towards the end of this one. Hecker got some playing time.
That's their kicker.
Oh, never mind.
That's their punter.
Todd Gurley was going off. He had a touchdown, receiving touchdown, and 41 rushing yards and 18 carries. So he had a pretty decent day. They were really spreading the ball around rushing.
Yeah, Gurley and Henderson definitely had a lot.
Holy crap. Okay, let's count the sacks. 3, 4, 5. 5 sacks on Matt Ryan today.
Dante Fowler had 3 just alone.
Yeah. Aaron Donald had 1. Littleton had the other one. Matt Ryan was only held to 159 yards.
Matt Schaub is still in the NFL?
Yeah. I know, right?
Jesus.
He hit a perfect passer rating, 6 of 6 for 65 yards and a touchdown. Underrated.
Oh, I did hear that Devontae Freeman got ejected, but I don't know what for.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll look on Twitter later. Yeah, there's not really a lot. The Rams just crushed them. That's all that really happened. And then this next game, terrible conditions, but San Francisco and Redskins, all field goals for the 49ers, which it took them to the third quarter to get points. Jimmy Garoppolo was 12 of 21, 151 yards only, and an interception. Coleman, 20 carries for 62 yards. Ugh. Bourne had 3 receptions for 69. Richie James had a reception for, 40? 35. Nope, that's the wrong thing. 40 yards. Kittle had 3 for 38.
Then the rest had nothing.
Yeah, I know. It was a rough day against the Washington, and okay, field conditions, rainy, wet, blah blah blah. What the heck? Oops. But I don't know. It's Washington, and you put up 9 points. This is why I don't fully believe that San Francisco should be, top power ranks and everything. Is because you have things like this where you only put up 9 points against the Redskins, and it takes you it takes you over till halftime. Yeah, Keenan only threw 12 times for 77 yards. Adrian Peterson, 20 carries for 81 yards. Yeah. I don't even know what to say here. Redskins, they have no stats at all. So.
Well, I mean, granted, they had terrible conditions.
They had terrible conditions, but I was surprised that they only put up 9 points.
Thought there would have been at least 1 touchdown in that game.
Yeah, I did too. Next up is Indy and Houston. And we both had Houston winning this one. This was one of only two wrong games we had this week so far. The Jets could still beat the Patriots, which please. And the Eagles could still beat Dallas, but right now it's 14-7. So
I think it's about to be 21-7.
Oh, all right. Dallas is going off today. But Texans and Colts, back and forth game. Watson, 23-34, 308 yards. He had a touchdown. He did have 2 interceptions. I think that was
not a terrible game, but
yeah, it's not terrible. But I mean, is that Colts defense legit? Because they beat a legit Houston offense? I don't know. We'll have to wait later to see. Carlos Hyde was their leading rusher, 12 carries for 35 yards. He only averaged 2.9, so I don't know what to say there. DeAndre Hopkins had 9 receptions for 106 yards and a touchdown, so good on him. Stills had 4 receptions for 105 yards. Wow. Okay. Defense.
1 sack total.
Yeah. Yep. Because they both split a sack.
Scarlet and Merciless.
Fairburn, 3 for 3 for field goals. His longest was 47 today, so that's really Texans stats. Colts, Jacoby Brissett, man.
One off.
Yeah, 26 of 39, 326 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Maryland Mack, 18 rushes for 44 yards, so that's okay. Pascal, I don't even know. Zach Pascal, okay. What did I say? 4 receptions? 6 receptions for 106 yards. And he had 2 touchdowns. T.Y. Hilton had a touchdown and 74 yards in his 6 receptions. Ebron, which made an amazing one-handed catch, only had 4 targets for 70 yards, and he had a touchdown. Never mind, that is 4. All right, sacks.
The defense definitely went off.
3. They only had 3 sacks. Leonard had an interception. Deezer, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, had an interception. Didn't he throw 3? Or did...
It was 2.
Was only 2?
He threw 1 interception. Yeah.
No, he threw 2 interceptions.
2 interceptions, 1 touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I got nothing else. You want to move on to the Vikings and Lions, or do you have anything else?
No, the next one's pretty good though.
Yeah. This game was on at the same time with the Packer game. They were going back and forth in the first half, and they tied it up 21-21. And then the Lions, being the Lions, only scored field goals in the second half. So, yeah. Kirk Cousins, I feel like he heard all of the noise, all the complaints and whatnot, and said, you know what? Let me be a really good quarterback and someone who deserves that $84 million. And he went off 24-34, 337 yards and 4 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook, 25 carries for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Jeez. Stephon Diggs finally got
Diggs.
a lot of passes or
Yeah.
receptions.
Well, those are catches. We don't know how many times he was targeted and dropped. But he did have 7 receptions for 142 yards. Kyle Rudolph had 5 receptions, 58 yards. Thielen had a 25-yard touchdown, which was his only reception. C.J. Ham had the other touchdown, which was a 5-yarder, and then Johnson, who was the last one, had 4 for 40 and had the 4th touchdown. On defense, 1 sack, 2 sacks, only 2 sacks, but they were doing something
an
right.
interception.
Oh, and an interception. They were doing something right in the second half because they held Matthew Stafford in the second half there. 30 of 45, 364 yards, 4 touchdowns and an interception. Johnson, the running back, 10 carries for 29 yards. J.D. McKisson had 29 yards and 5 carries. Oh, I said receptions. I meant carries for Johnson. Amendola led 8 receptions for 105 yards.
Holy crap. Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones had all 4 touchdowns for the Lions. 10 receptions for 93 yards. Hall had 1 reception for 47 yards. T.J. Hopkinson had 3 receptions for 32 yards. They did not get a sack on defense, nor a pick. Okay, never mind. Matt Prater only had 1 field goal. They just missed the extra point in the 4th quarter, or they probably went for 2 actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a really interesting game.
Definitely playoff contenders.
Yeah.
With the top spot with the Packers.
Yeah. Lions. I would rather it be the Lions than the Vikings, honestly. But, it's obviously not going to be the Bears because the Bears are trash. We'll talk about them at the end here. Jaguars and Bengals. It was a slow first half. 6-7 at half. And all of the Jags points basically came in the 4th quarter. They had 18 points in the fourth quarter. Minshew, come on, 15 to 32. That's less than 50%. Come on, Minshew. 255. Only a touchdown. They must have just kicked a lot of field goals. Yeah, they kicked a lot of field goals. Leonard Fournette, 29 carries for 131 yards.
Minshew had...
Yeah, Minshew went off. 9 carries for 48 yards. Westbrook, 6 receptions for 103 yards, so he had a good catching day. On defense, they got 1
3
sack.
interceptions.
3 interceptions and a sack. Over on the Bengals stats.
Typical Andy Dalton.
You want to do it? Mine's not loading.
Andy Dalton had 22 out of 43 for completion attempts, and then he had 276 yards with a touchdown and 3 picks. Freaking Dalton led them in rushing for 4 carries.
That's crazy.
4 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown.
Oops, I don't want to watch the video. Come on. What about the running game?
Erickson, the running game, the running backs did terrible. Let's just say that.
All right, then let's move on to passing.
Freaking leading receiver was A. Erickson with 8 receptions, 137 yards.
That's not bad.
Tate had 3 for 65. Boyd had 5 for 55. Eifert 2 for 10. Then the only touchdown was Joe Mixon. 1 reception, 2 yards.
They got 2 sacks on Minshew, both by Atkins. No interceptions. And 1 field goal that was 38 yards. So,
how do you get 5 points from 1 field goal?
They scored 2 times. Wait, did they have a defensive? How did they get?
Oh, they're counting
Andy
extra points.
Andy Dalton rushed for a touchdown.
Yep. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I think they're counting the PAT too.
That would be the 7 points.
Yeah.
7, 14, and then 17 was the final. So
27-17, yeah.
Yeah. Cardinals. Come on, man. Why did the Cardinals have to? Kyler Murray. He had 14 and 21, only 104 passing yards. Edmund had 3 rushing touchdowns, 126 yards and 27 carries. I mean, they're receiving. Cooper had 4 receptions for 29. That was the most. Defensive.
Terrible there.
Jones had 4 sacks. Patrick Peterson had 1. Suggs had 1. Peters had 1. Reed had 1. So how many is that? 2, 3, 7, 8 sacks on Daniel Jones.
Wow.
Zane Gonzalez was perfect. After, failing in the Browns, he's coming over to the Cardinals. His longest was 47. Giants. You do Giants. Mine is not. I'm going to restart. Hang on. I'm just going to restart my Chrome. You do Giants.
Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones had 22 out of 35 for 223 yards. A touchdown and a pick. Barkley had 18 carries for 72 yards and a touchdown. Daniel Jones had 4 carries for 35 yards. Golden Tate for receiving had 6 receptions for 80 yards.
Okay.
And then their only touchdown was from Ellison. Defensive, they only had 2 sacks.
Okay.
And their kicker sucks.
You missed it. Yeah. This next game, the Bills, I don't know what you're doing, but the Dolphins were leading at halftime 14-9. I don't know how you let that happen.
And they destroy them in the 4th quarter.
Yeah. Thank God. Fitzpatrick had 23 of 35, 282 yards, touchdown and interception. Walton, 14 carries, 66 yards. Fitzpatrick had 13 rushing yards. Receiving. And a touchdown. Ballage had 3 carries. Ballage. 3 carries for a touchdown and 7 yards. Parker had their only wide receiver passing touchdown. Defensively, they had only 2 sacks. Yeah. You want to go and do the Bills stats?
Yeah, Josh Allen had 16 completions out of 26 for 202 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Frank Gore had 11 carries for 55 yards. Josh Allen had 4 carries for 32. Whoever this Singletary is had 7 carries for 26 yards.
It's not bad.
Then their receivers, all of them were under 100, so good for the Dolphins.
Yeah, Brown had a touchdown. Beasley had a touchdown.
1 pick.
One's a sack. How do you only get 1 sack on the Dolphins? You're like a top 10, top 5 defense, and you get 1 sack on the Dolphins.
Let's be honest, they didn't try that first half. They wanted to give them hope, and they destroyed them.
Yeah, that 1 sack came in the 4th quarter there. Probably. Next game. Titans pulled out a narrow victory on the Chargers, 23-20. I don't know. Phillip Rivers, ooh, what a day. 24-38, 329 yards and 2 touchdowns. Gordon had 16 carries for 32 yards. That would suck. Keller had 7 receptions for 118 yards and a touchdown. Gordon had a touchdown, but his receiving yard is -3. Henry
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know. Henry was 3 yards away from 100, and he had 97, and he had 6 receptions. Rest of them they're okay. Joey Bosa had 2 sacks. Teamer had a pick. Field goal kicker, good. So yeah, you go ahead and do Tennessee.
All right, Tannehill had 23 of 29 for 312 yards. He had 2 touchdowns and a pick. And then I think the Kern guy is their kicker. He had 1 of 1 for 11 yards. Derrick Henry had 22 carries for 90 yards and a touchdown. Tannehill had 5 carries for 7 yards. Receiving, Corey Davis had 6 receptions, 80 yards for a touchdown. I think it's A.J. Brown had 6 receptions for 64 yards. Smith had 3 receptions for 64 yards. Humphreys had 4 for 40. Defensive, they had...
don't forget the other touchdown.
What?
Don't forget the other touchdown.
Oh, yeah, Sharp had a touchdown, too. Then defensive, they had 1 sack.
No interceptions?
Nope.
Cody Parkey! He made his first field goal in Tennessee. 45 yards. Alright. Next game. Oh, we're getting close to talking about the Bears. Ravens and Seahawks. Seahawks, you know, the time I pick you is the time you're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna win. Jesus, Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson had 9 of 20 and 143 yards, and they still won. Like, he led.
Well, he had like 116 yards on the ground.
Yeah, 14 carries, 160 yards, and a touchdown. Mark Ingram, the actual running back, had 12 for 46. In the air. Boykin had 55 yards. Andrews 39. Boyle 20. How did they get all their touchdowns?
It must be defensive.
It must be different. Yeah.
Well, didn't you say Marcus Peters had a pick six?
Yeah. He had a. No, that was on. Oh, that was on Russell.
So there would have been 7 points.
Yeah.
And then Lamar Jackson threw a touchdown, so that would have been. Or no,
He
he
didn't
didn't
throw
even
one?
throw a touchdown.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. He had a
So
rushing touchdown.
That's
That's
14.
14.
Justin Tucker had 3 kicks. So where's that last touchdown come from? Russell Wilson had to throw another pick 6.
But he only threw an interception.
He
though.
only threw 1 or how did they get it? What?
How do you get 30 points out of like 2 touchdowns? That doesn't even add up.
Yeah, I know. We're missing something here.
Because if you look,
Can I click on the score?
because
Oh,
the
here.
kicker had 3 field goals, that's 9.
Here, if we go.
That still does not make any sense.
Here, I'm gonna go on. Look at the game summary here real quick. Uh, 18-yard fumble recovery. Justin, wait, he got blocked. What? How does 18-yard fumble? What? It says Justin Tucker kick. That makes no sense. But okay, fumble recovery. Marlon Humphrey, 18-yard field goal return. I don't know. Well, that's.
Oh my god. Looking at the Dolphins. Oh my god.
Yeah. I guess they must have their thing wrong because Metcalf fumbled. And Humphrey took it back. So I don't know why it says Justin Tucker kick. But. Oh, that's probably the PAT. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, so. Yeah. You want to go ahead and do Seattle side?
I guess. Russell Wilson was under 50%.
Ooh.
Sucks. Had 1 touchdown, 1 pick.
How many yards?
Dang. 241. Carson had 65 yards on 21 carries. Wilson had 27 yards for 3 carries. Precise had 17 yards on 1 carry, and then Tyler Lockett had -3 on 1. Lockett had 61 yards and a touchdown.
On a receiving.
And then Jay Brown had 60 yards on 3 receptions. Metcalf had 53 yards, 4 receptions. And the rest are
Fodder.
terrible. Defensively, they only had 1 sack and no picks.
Crazy. Myers went 3 for 4, so he missed the field goal. All right. Come on. Final game. Saints and Bears. This score just, I mean, the Bears got 15 points in the fourth quarter. They scored nothing in the third. They got a field goal in the second, and only a touchdown in the first. I mean, Saints came out the second quarter. Bridgewater, 23 of 38, 281 yards and 2 touchdowns. Murray, 27 carries for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hill, 2 carries for 21 yards. Teddy Bridgewater had 4 carries for 7 yards. The rest are fodder. Is it Michael Thomas, right?
Yep.
9 receptions, 9 receiving receptions for 131 yards. Ted Ginn Jr., 2 receptions for 48. Hill, 3 receptions for 43 yards and a touchdown. Okay, hang on. There's 2 Hills here. So we have
Taysom Hill.
Josh Hill and Taysom.
Yeah.
Okay. Taysom had the other touchdown. Two sacks by Jordan on defense. No interceptions. Will Lutz went 2 for 4 on field goals. So, all right, you're up for the Bears.
Of course. Wow, Trubisky threw a lot. He had 54 attempts and only 34 completions.
Wow.
251 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not much from rushing. Cohen had 3 carries, 10 yards. Montgomery had 2 carries, 6 yards. I think Cordarrelle Patterson had 1 carry, 2 yards. And then Miller had 1 carry for -1 yards. And then on receiving, Robinson had 87 yards, 10 receptions, 1 touchdown. Miller had 64 yards. Shaheen had 24 yards. Patterson, 21 yards. Cohen, 19 yards. Montgomery, 13. Burton, 11. Wims was the other guy who got the touchdown. Then defensive, they only got 1 sack. No picks. Patterson had a kickoff for touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Cohen only had 6 yards on his punt return, and then Pinheiro only had 1 field goal.
I was watching the fourth quarter, and I mean, the Bears looked like they were just getting thrashed. Like, Teddy Bridgewater was just, going down the field. I walk away for 15 minutes, and all of a sudden, it went from being a 7-point game to a 14-point game. The Bears just look like, they deserve to be in last place in the NFC North.
Yeah.
Definitely Vikings and Lions definitely deserve that second spot or first spot at the end of the year. I don't think the Bears deserve it.
No. And I don't feel like Trubisky is capable of doing anything good for them.
Yeah.
But Bridgewater, I mean, jeez.
Yeah.
I think he's like 4-0.
5-0. 5-0. Because
they haven't even had a bye week yet.
Yeah, I know. Like, if you think the Saints are scary now, you can just wait till Drew Brees comes back.
They're going to be like NFC Championship type.
Yeah, I mean, they might go to the Super Bowl. They should have went last year.
They should have that one year.
Yeah, last year they should have gone. But, stupid Rams. Which Rams suck this year. So,
back.
Aren't they 500? Aren't they 3-3? Or what, 4-3?
The Rams?
Yeah. And let me go look at their record.
Yeah, they're 4-3.
4-3.
Oh my God, they're only 1 game ahead of the Cardinals.
What if the Cardinals catch him?
I would laugh.
That would be amazing. What's the Cardinals make?
Cardinals are tied with the Cowboys.
Are they really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it says they're 500 with their 3-3-1, but they're technically ahead of the Cowboys.
Yeah, unless the Cowboys win tonight.
Well, they're going to. It's 24-7 right now.
Yeah.
I don't see the Eagles.
Doesn't
coming
that
back
technically
at all.
help? Doesn't that technically help the Packers too? Because the Eagles beat the Cowboys, or the Eagles beat the Packers, but the Packers beat the Dallas. So doesn't that technically help us if Dallas beats the Eagles?
I guess.
I don't know. It's too early because it's only week 7, so we'll have to wait till end of the year. I can't wait to make that standing video, the NFL standing. I can't like what we thought week 1 or week what was that 3? It's just
Yeah.
Oh my God! Everything is wrong in that. Oh my God! It's just flipped. Obviously the Dolphins are still the same. I don't know if Kansas City's a top 5 team. Brady in that defense for the Patriots. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how they do against the Jets tomorrow. So, being undefeated.
I talk a lot about the Browns. I think they'll turn it around.
Hopefully they're in the top 10. I think we had them like 11th or 12th in that.
Yeah, something in the middle.
Something around there. I think we had Lions at 10. Lions got to get bumped up. I'm telling you, Lions are a top 7, top 8 team, or top 6 team, not 8. Top 6 or 7 team, definitely. Bears, probably got to move the Bears down. I mean, they're just not. That's 2 straight losses for them. So
yeah.
I mean, you lose to the Raiders, which Packers destroyed the Raiders, and then you lose to New Orleans, which I think New Orleans might be the number 1 overall team, honestly. Patriots just when you have an easy schedule like that, you can't.
Well, and they win so much in the years before. I think the NFL, they try to make a hard schedule for them, but it's kind of a joke, and you can't even really blame it on them for winning so much. I mean, their division is crap, other than the Bills.
Yeah, and the Bills still have a long way to go. So hopefully they turn it around second half of the season, because we're almost halfway through the season already, which is crazy. Yeah. Next week is halfway. Yeah, halfway to the playoffs. I don't really have anything else. Dallas, Eagles recap probably tomorrow. Which, by the look of the game right now, 24/7, it's probably just going to be like a 2-minute video.
And they're going for... Oh my God, how far is that?
What are they doing?
They're doing like a 63-yard field goal attempt right now.
Isn't that tying the record?
I think so.
And
they made it. Oh my God.
Well, that'll definitely be in the video tomorrow.
63.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you next time. Peace.